Hey everyone, welcome back to 10th video in our series. So in this video, we'll explore how to integrate pyATS with NetBox and build a test automation workflow. A quick recap, we started our journey building a strong foundation, automating Cisco routers and FortiGate firewall using Ansible, both CLI and API. Then we brought NetBox into a virtual lab and turned into a single source of truth, and all our devices discovered and documented in one place. Now here is where it's get interesting. It's time to connect NetBox with other powerful tools. And today we are focusing on pyATS. So I'll walk you through a quick but a complete guide what pyATS is, why it is different from other tools like NetBeacon and NetPAM, and most importantly how to integrate with NetBox to build a real testing workflow. So all in 10 minutes, let's dive right in. Alright, let's understand the big picture. So pyATS stands for Python Automation Test System. It was originally developed for internal use at Cisco but later open sourced. So think pyATS as a testing ecosystem with the three main layers. So at the foundation, we have the pyATS framework. This handles the device inventory, connection, text infrastructure and reporting. Then comes to the Genie. This is where the real magic happens. So Genie contains over 500 plus parser that converts the messy CLI output into clean, structured Python dictionaries. So no more regex nightmares. And optionally, there is Expresso, a web-based dashboard for managing and visualizing your tests. And most importantly, this framework is vendor agnostic, meaning it supports other vendors like Arista, Palo Alto, and many other platforms besides Cisco. Alright, so you might heard tools like NetBeacon, NetPAM, and these are fantastic for sending commands using CLI or API and get the output. However, pyATS is different and it is built specifically for testing and validation. So let me explain this with a simple example. So with NetBeacon, if I run show IP OSP of neighbor, I get a raw text. Then I would need to write a regex to extract the neighbor ID, state and dead time. So with pyATS, I run the same command. I get back with a clean Python dictionary with all the data already parsed and organized. But the real killer feature is the learn and diff workflow. So with pyATS, you can capture your network state before the change and make your changes and capture the state after, then diff them. So pyATS tell you exactly what changed down to the individual route entries and the neighbor state. So before we jump into the demo, let me explain the testbed file. This is the core of pyATS. The testbed file is a YAML file which defines your network topology. Think of like an Ansible inventory, but this is designated specifically for testing. So you define your testbed name, default credential, then each device with OS type, platform and connection details. One critical thing here is device name on your testbed must match the actual host name on the device. So pyATS uses this for identification. Now creating these files manually works, but we are going to do something smarter. We'll generate it automatically from NetBox. Alright, let's get into the actual demo. So here in my EVNG lab, I have the management switch, a NetBox node we have set up in our previous video, an Ansible node where we'll deploy pyATS and the three other routers. So let's power all that up. First we'll access the NetBox and make sure the Docker containers are running. And we can see all our lab routers here under the device sections on the NetBox UI. Now let's SSH to the Ansible node. We have set up a virtual environment earlier. I have an alias called netdev to activate it. So now we are in the automation environment. Let's install pyATS. So there are two options here. If you just want to install basic parsing and the testbed generation, you can do the minimal install. In that case, we need to install additional dependencies for the NetBox integration. But in this video, I want all the features. I'm going to do the full installation. So this might take a minute or two. Once it is done, let's verify everything is working. Perfect, the pyATS is installed and ready to go. Alright, let's head over to NetBox UI. And if you look at the device dashboard, you will notice that IP address field is empty for all devices. And this is important. Even though we have IPs in the IPAM, we need to statically assign device primary IP. And pyATS use this primary IP to connect to the device. So let's update this one. Click on the device, go to edit. Under the primary IPv4, select the management IP And let's do the same for the other two devices. Now let's come to the interesting part where we'll understand how to integrate pyATS with NetBox. And instead of manually creating testbed file, we are going to pull our inventory directly from NetBox. So let's do this step by step. First, we need to set up the environment variable for pyATS to talk to NetBox. So we'll configure the NetBox IP address followed by the port number. Next, we need to set the NetBox token for authentication. Let's go to the NetBox and generate a token from admin page. And copy the token and click create. Let's update this token on the environment variable. Now we need to update the SSH credential as well, as the pyATS engine need to log into the devices. So that's all, a simple environment variable we have set up. Next, let's quickly check if we can access the NetBox resources using the token provided. So we'll use a curl command and do an API request to the NetBox device endpoint. And we can see it return all the device information available on NetBox. Alright, so here is the interesting part, building the testbed file for pyATS engine. So let's run pyATS create testbed command and provide the source. So in this case it is going to be NetBox. Then give the additional details like the output file name, NetBox URL, token, SSH credential, and finally the URL filter. So let's provide this slug, which is a lowercase of actual configured site name on NetBox. Alright, that's how the request look like. Let's run this one now. And we can see it is retrieving the relevant details for each device from NetBox. And look at this output, it pulled all our devices from NetBox with their IP address, OS type, platform and everything. No more manual work required. And we can also use Python script which give you better control. I'll put the script in the GitHub repo if you want to integrate this into your automation pipeline. Alright, now we have set up the environment variable and generated the testbed file from NetBox. So let's run the first test using pyATS. So the command structure is pretty simple. We call genie parse syntax, then the command we want to run. Then we can specify the testbed file and the device. So we'll run the show version to our first router. And look at this output. Instead of raw test, we get a structured JSON with a host name, version, uptime, serial number, all parsed and ready to use programmatically. And you can do the same thing with other commands as well. No regex needed, just clean structured data. And now before we wrap up, let me show you the key feature that makes pyATS really powerful, the learn and diff workflow. And we'll demo this using learn OSPF module and see this in action step by step. So on step 1, capture the network state before any changes. So this captures everything about OSPF like neighbors, interface, areas, timers, LSE database, and all it's saved into before folder. On step 2, I'll make some OSPF changes on the lab routers. So we'll enable OSPF on our management interface. On step 3, let's run genie learn command again, but this time to capture the state after the changes. Now comes to the interesting part, we'll diff them, which actually conveys before and after changes in the backend. So let me explain what this output means. So when you see a line starting with plus sign, those are additions, things that exist now but not before. And lines with minus signs are removals. So in our case, since we went from no OSPF to have OSPF configured, everything shows as additions. We can see OSPF instance 100 created, LSA database entries appeared, and so on. Now imagine the real world scenario where you have hundreds of OSPF neighbors and you do an iOS upgrade on that device. And if some neighbors goes down, the diff will show you exactly which one changed from full to down. And this is incredibly powerful for troubleshooting. And OSPF is just one of the many features you can learn. You can do pretty much all the routing protocol and services like ACL, HSRP, and so on. And it can also learn multiple features at once. And if you want the full list, head over to Genie documentation. I'll put the link in the description. So combining pyATS with the NetBox as your single source of truth unlock endless automation possibilities. I hope this video gives you a solid foundation to set up your own lab and start experimenting. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.